We call this one Mom's 150. After the intro, we'll tell you what it actually is, why we call it that, why it means so much to us, and then of course, we're going to fly it. What's up everybody, you're watching Model AV8R. My name's Adam, and this is an E-Flite Cessna 150 Aerobat 250E ARF. Now, an ARF, for those folks that don't know, it is essentially a laser cut balsa kit that the manufacturer puts together for you, and then they cover it. You get the airframe finished, and you're left with having to purchase and install all the electronics, hinge the control surfaces, fit the cowling, put the gear on, things like that. You basically finish the model up and get it ready to go. So when this thing came out in 2013, ARFs like this, small electric ARFs, were prevalent. If you went on Horizon Hobby's website, you'd actually see as many of these small electric ARFs as you did foamies. It would only be a couple of years after that, and the foamies would dominate it, and the small ARFs would be very, very scarce. And the reason for that is labor. It actually costs the same to have people in a factory assemble a laser cut kit this size that it does to assemble a laser cut kit quarter scale size. But the huge difference is you can't charge a price point to cover that labor with this. You can easily make your money back and then some with a bigger model. So that's why stuff like this is pretty scarce. Now, the reason we call it Mom's 150 is pretty special. I am one of 3 kids. I've got an older brother and sister. I'm the baby of the family. And we lost our mother, sadly, in 2020. But in 2013, Mother gave me this airplane for Christmas. 2013. I'll never forget that. I was so happy to get this thing. I had built kits before at the time, and I'd gotten into some of the newer foamies. I'd just gotten back in the hobby after a pretty long layoff, and this was the first ARF that I ever built. I'd only built kits and assembled foamies up until this. Now, since this thing in 2013, I probably built about 200 ARFs, but this was the first. Not very difficult to do. It's a bottom loader, which a lot of airplanes back then were. There's still some now that are bottom loaders, but people consider them to be in the dark ages if you don't have it top loading now. It flies on a 2-cell, anywhere from a 450, I've got an 850 here, and I've got 1,000. I've flown it on all of them. It is less than a pound regardless of what you fly it on. It's actually 14 ounces and change with this, just a shade less than 14 ounces with the lightest battery. And it flies much bigger than it is. Really good flying airplane. And you know, because Mother passed away, now it has become probably the most valuable airplane in my hangar. It is the smallest. It certainly didn't cost the most, but there's no amount of money that could get this out of my possession. So that said, we're not going to fly this thing a lot anymore, but I don't feel right about making anything a complete hangar queen, so we are going to fly it from time to time, and today's one of those days. We're going to show you a flight with Mom's 150. Enjoy this. Please like, comment. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. You may pick up on some odd noises here and there during this flight. Heidi likes to sit on the edge of a chair and swivel around in the chair. It helps her stay steady. And the particular chair that she happened to pick this day, unbeknownst to us until we listened to the footage, had apparently seen better days and was making some pretty odd noises. So that's what you're hearing. There's something about being able to see the framework of a balsa plane through the covering in the sun that I just really like. This little booger does better wheelies than a dirt bike. I've always enjoyed doing that with it. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on this airplane, on what I should do with it. Should I retire it? Almost seems foolhardy to risk flying it on one hand, and on the other hand it seems like Mom would want me to have as much fun with it as I could. I can't say what the future for this airplane holds, for sure. I may one day retire it, but at least at this point, my thought is fly it at least maybe once or twice a year, and think of her when I do it. I really hope you folks enjoyed this nostalgic flight. I did. Take care of yourselves, take care of the folks you love, and we'll see you next week.